Hey guys, I'm Noree and welcome to part 2 of the Build With Me series, where I show you guys how to put together the 3D printed OpenRC F1 car. So what we're going to do today is we're going to put together the rear axle assembly, which is basically this part back here, and we're going to finish it off by mounting it to the chassis plate. So that's about it. Let's get started. Alright, let's get started. These are the parts needed to put together the rear axle assembly. There is a exploded view PDF available. I will link it below in the description. So before we start, these are the rear axle holders, 4 M3 nuts, the rear axle, bearings, spur gear, and some screws to mount the rear axle assembly to the chassis plate. So the first thing I do is to put these bearings in their pockets. Now the rear axle holders, I print them at 35% infill with 3 perimeters to get some extra strength around the sockets for the nuts and the bearings. I generally don't print anything with more than 50% infill, or you will get trouble with fitting the nuts and bearings and stuff. So let's get the other one in place as well. So when that's done, we're gonna fit the nuts in their pockets, and to do that I use a pair of pliers, just like that. Push them in. These pockets are kind of dependent on the printer's settings and things like extrusion multiplier. If you extrude just a little too much plastic, you will have problems fitting these nuts in the pockets. So this is just PLA, like that. Alright, so now we have all the nuts in place. What we have to do now is put the rear axle in its place. Now it's actually starting to look like something. The motor will go here later. So the spur gear goes on the outside with its sleeve towards the wheel. All the way in, like that. If you're having trouble fitting the spur gear, you can use a knife to cut off the edges a little bit here, or maybe even on the inside of the spur gear. So all we have to do now is mount this on the chassis plate. Alright, so we're done. Next up is the front boom assembly, which will be part 3 of this video series. So thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe so you won't miss a part, and I will see you in part 3.